Hey, I'm TC, your girlfriend, not girlfriend, and the most honest F buddy you've never had. Today's topic: how to keep things casual without being cold or distant. Let's get into it. First things first, limit the amount of things you're doing that you find intimate. Now, mind you, sex itself is intimate, right? But I mean that next level of intimacy: kissing, cuddling, participating in extreme sex acts. That went left pretty quick, huh? But whatever it is that you find provides that extra layer of intimacy, forehead kisses, that's a really intimate thing. Don't do those often. It's not good. That's for bae. This person is not bae. This person is bae, not bae. Definitely set boundaries on doing those kind of things too often. Another thing to do is make sure you allow a safe space to discuss dating prospects and or dating efforts. By that, I mean limit the jealousy. Make sure that that person feels safe to come to you and ask about somebody that they're seriously considering, or make sure you are in a space where you feel comfortable talking to that person about someone that you're interested in or maybe interested in. It should be a safe space for you guys to talk about third parties, or I don't even know if you should call them third parties, but talk about other people, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys are not planning to be together, so there's going to be other people. So maintaining that safe space, feeling comfortable to be able to come to your F buddy with other people helps both of you remember that this is a temporary thing. You guys are here because you want to be here and not because you're obligated to be here. So valuing this time is important, but things can, may, or will change. Another thing which may be a little harder to control for some people is to make sure the sex does not get too personal. And by that, I mean no staring deeply into each other's eyes during strokes. No saying I love you, because sometimes it be hitting that spot and you feel the urge to say that. Don't do it. And watch out for the tight embracing. I know sometimes if you're a missionary, there's that. And then there's that. Look, don't. Okay? Don't. Maybe you slip, I guess, right? It can happen. It can. But don't do that too often, because that is sharing a level of intimacy between the two of you during your sex that is going to sink in, and you're going to remember that and be replaying that when you're thinking about the good sex that you're having when you're apart. And it's just not healthy if you and that person are not intending to be together long term. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're going to be thinking about that sex. You're going to be thinking about how you felt, especially if the sex is really good. You're feeling really good while that person is embracing you in that way, or that person is saying those things to you. Whatever it is, you're going to be thinking about that, and it's putting you in a very positive, very peaceful, comfortable, happy mindset. And you're going to begin to associate the two, that feeling with that person. And if you're not trying to be in a relationship with that person, don't set yourself up like that. And the last thing I would say on this is be careful overly providing things like emotional support, gifts, or just taking care of that person. I say be careful with these things because it can get to a point where they begin to depend on you for those things. And if you are not looking to provide that in the long term, or vice versa, that person doing that for you, you may begin to depend on those things. And if the goal is not for you guys to be doing this in the long term, you don't want to set yourself up to have this gaping hole when that person, or if you find someone else that is suited for an actual relationship. Well, for now, that's all I have to say on how to keep things casual without being too cold or too distant. Because remember, in none of these did I say do not share levels of intimacy. You will be intimate with this person. You will care about this person. You will embrace this person and cuddle and spend time. Like, you will be doing these things. They are going to represent a very positive thing in your mind. But you just want to limit the amount of things you add to the pool of positivity with this person. And that's all I'm advising you on here. In another video, I have additional things that you can limit or should limit to keep yourself in a healthy emotional state, keep that person in a healthy emotional state. And I also have a video on, if you guys did not listen to me at all and you guys have just been running toward the positives at 100 miles per hour, I would advise watching one of those videos just to make sure you guys are still going down a healthy path and or you're able to recognize the signs if you're not. But for now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, or if you want to know more about my personal experience, definitely feel free to ask. I have no problem answering those questions for you. But as always, guys, until the next video, be free, have fun, be safe, and enjoy.